So what I'll do is I'll share my screen. And the first expression I want to teach you is this here, safe home, which I don't think we'll find on the internet. I'll see safe home Ireland. Yeah, there we go. In the last week or so, I've heard several times the phrase safe home.
It's the Irish word, I guess. I'm guessing it's an Irish word. Yep.
In the last week or so, I've heard several times the phrase safe home used in lieu of get home safe, as far as I can recall. I've never heard this before. Is this new usage? It's been around for quite a time. It's used in North America, but I once read it had English origins, i.e. it originated in England. I started to use it a couple of years ago when seeing friends off. It's a little more poetic and comfortable sounding than get home safely, drive safely. Right, so basically the expression is safe home. And it's a well wish. If you were leaving my house and you were driving or walking to your place, rather than just say goodbye, I would say safe home, which means I hope you get home safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a nice, it's a nice little expression, safe home. My dad always used it. When I was growing up, you know, safe home now. So it's a well wish, but for somebody, you're not taking them to their home, they're leaving, and you're just wishing them safe journey. Or that's the other thing we say is safe journey. Safe journey.
Yeah. Also, there is a movie I saw a few months ago, Safehouse.
Which is something totally different concept.
Yeah, I know. First you said that, I thought it's the same.
No, a safe house is a modern concept meant to be where you're safe from terrorists and stuff like that. I can imagine what the movie's about. I don't know the movie, but I can imagine. You know, yeah. Normally, people that are under threat, in some way, are put in a safe house, to protect them for their own protection. So that's a safe house. Okay. In fact, that was the next word I had down was safe house actually in my list. So house in a secret location used by spies or criminals in hiding. And it's also used by security forces as well, you know, for protection, witness protection kind of thing. They put people up, you know, they don't put them up in hotels, they put them up in safe houses.
Yeah.
The other expression that we use in bidding somebody a good journey is Godspeed. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
An expression of good wishes in a person starting a journey. She wished him Godspeed. And that actually comes from the Bible. That's a Bible expression. Godspeed. Wish him Godspeed. And it's like, you know, Godspeed your journey kind of thing. Comes the Middle English phrase, God speed you, God prosper you. It's originally used to wish success to someone, like may you prosper. These days, it's more often expressed hopes of a safe trip. Yeah, Godspeed. Very, very old expression. I mean, Middle English is like going back hundreds of years. Godspeed. Okay. Right, here's a good word. Fictitious. Fictitious. Have you heard of this before?
Yeah, I have.
Explain
No,
it.
not me.
It's like something like fiction, like imaginary, and you are imagining something.
Yeah. Yeah. But fiction is a noun, right? Whereas fictitious is an adjective.
Yeah. Like something made of fiction.
Yeah, made up. He had this fictitious idea.
Yeah.
Reports of a deal were dismissed as fictitious by the minister, occurring or invented in fiction. So similar words: imaginary, imagined, invented, made up, make believe, bogus, untrue, sham, fabricated, counterfeit, fake, false. So I think with all those, you get a good sense of it. Yeah, fictitious. Good word, Elham, for the old English exams. Fictitious. Right. Yeah. So here's another expression on the idea of leaving somebody, a parting. I will love you and leave you. Have you heard that before?
No, not me.
Okay. So we say this with friends. If I'm going to leave, if I'm at your place, I might say, rather than just say, I'm going to leave now, I might say, I'll love you and leave you. Right? So in other words, I'm leaving, but it's a kind of leaving. Yeah.
Not a forever goodbye.
Come again,
Right,
Irby?
sir? Like it's not a forever goodbye.
It's not
I'm leaving for now.
Yeah. Yes. But most goodbyes are like that. Right? Most goodbyes are like that. But to say I love you and leave you is just expressing a little bit of affection. It's like saying I have to go, but you know, I love you really, you know, but there's no, that's not a romantic love thing, right? It's just an expression of affection. Right, so a guy would say that to another guy, you know, a guy would say that to a woman, you know, but there's no romance there. It's just, I love you and leave you. It's just an expression. Got it?
Got it, sir.
Right. All at 6s and 7s. What does that mean when it's at home?
Not sure about this.
Okay. This is a really good expression. It's very common. I could say, I'm all at 6s and 7s. And if I'm all at 6s and 7s, it's just a metaphor for saying I'm really disorganized. I'm basically disorganized. I'm all over the place. Confusion, disarray. It is not known for certain the origin, interestingly. William Shakespeare used it in the phrase in Richard III, 1595, but time will not permit, all at uneven, and everything is left at 6 and 7. H.G. Wells. In these League of Nations projects were at 6s and 7s among themselves because they had the most vague, heterogeneous and untidy assumptions about what the world of men was, what it had been, and therefore what it could be. 1926, Dorothy Sayers. Anyhow, it was all at 6s and 7s for a day or two, and then her ladyship shuts herself up in her room and won't let me into her wardrobe. Okay, so the origin is clearly a bit confused, but the meaning is very clear. It appears in the songs Don't Cry For Me Argentina, New York, New York, Tears for Fears, a song by Robert Plant, 6s and 7s. So it makes its way into, there's also a song by Queen, the pop group Queen. Anyway, there you go. 6s and 7s, right? So typically said like, I'm all at 6s and 7s. I arrived at Irby's unannounced and she was all at 6s and 7s. So meaning she's disorganized or confused, right? Yeah, or disarray.
I am actually very messy. I am actually very messy.
So there you go. Okay, all at 6s and 7s. Very common, really common. Not everybody knows what that means. Okay.
Yeah, perfect word for me.
All right. Right. Next.
Also, you said I'm all over the place. It's the same.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, all over the place. Yeah. We've been all over the place looking for you in a disorganized or confused state. The government is all over the place on this. So so the expression all over the place has got two meanings, right? Elham came to London to pay respects to the Queen, and Alan went to meet up with her. Eventually found her, and he said, "I've been all over the place looking for you. Where have you been?" That's a very common expression. Where have you been? I have been all over the place looking for you. Right. In other words, I've been looking everywhere, all over the place. All over the place also has this sense as well. It's used in a different way, to be disorganized or confused, which is what Irby said. The government is all over the place in this, i.e., they're confused. Their position is moved around, so they're all over the place. If you came to my house and saw my garage a few weeks ago before I had organized it, I would say it was all over the place. Or I'm embarrassed, I'm all at 6s and 7s. Yeah. Okay. Right, next expression I want to teach you guys is far away. Any idea? What does far away mean?
Like shoot, ask away.
Exactly. Exactly. I think this might be new to Elham though. Yeah, is it new to you, Elham?
No,
You've heard of it?
no.
No, I didn't think so. So far away is what I would say if I'm trying to provoke a question. Have you got questions for me about, have you got any questions for me about the Queen's death? Far away. And the other word that Irby used there, which is similar meaning, was shoot. Right. So if I know you've got a question, I say shoot. So because we use the idiom of shooting. It's not only used for shooting a gun, but it's also used for like shooting a photograph, and it's also used for shooting a question. So I might try, if I sense that there's a question, I might just say shoot, go ahead, shoot. Which means shoot me your question. Or far away. Far away. Give someone permission to begin speaking, typically ask questions. I want to clear up some questions which have been puzzling me. Far away.
Fire away.
Yeah. It's not coming up in the definition here that I can see. Shoot is one of those words that's got so many different meanings, right? You know, from a plant or seed to photographing to soccer, cricket, pain, shooting pain, to move about, to fire a gun. Shoot is a crazy word. It's got lots and lots of meanings. So, but I can also say, like Irby did, shoot. If you got any questions for me, shoot. Or fire away. Everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Right. Here's a good word. Dissemble. Do you know what this means? Dissemble. Any idea?
Like hiding something or someone's feeling or conceited feelings.
Yeah. Conceal or disguise one's true feelings or beliefs. An honest, sincere person with no need to dissemble. Disguise or conceal. She smiled, dissembling her true emotion.
Dissemble. Dissemble.
Yeah.
So if I said, "How are you today, Elham?" She said, "Fine." Right? She said, "Fine, fine." And I said, "No, you're not. How are you really feeling?" She would be dissembling, you see. See, this is disguising, but I can see through the mask, you see.
Like having a poker mask to hide his or her feelings.
Exactly. Because people don't always want to tell people how they're feeling, right? But if somebody's friendly with someone doesn't want to see the mask, they want to see the real person, right? Yeah. How you really feeling? Yeah. So there you go. Dissemble. Good word. Not that common, right? Not that common.
Yeah.
Right. Similar sounding, but different meaning completely. Disassemble. What does that mean? Disassemble.
Like dispose.
No, not exactly. You're in the same sort of ballpark, but it doesn't mean expose. It's got a more practical meaning, disassemble. What does assemble mean?
Assemble,
Yeah,
putting different parts together to make something.
correct.
Get together or come together.
Yes, exactly too. Both those meanings. So people are assembling in London to see the Queen, right? To see the Queen's body.
Yeah.
So
Right.
coming together, physically, people assemble. So disassemble is the opposite of that, right? So disassemble means to come away from each other. The school disassembled at 3 o'clock. The crowd dissembled. Or to go to Elham's meaning, here's a little GoPro I have camera. And if I wanted to disassemble it, I would start taking it apart. I would open it up. Yeah, and then I would find where the screws are and try and take it apart. I would disassemble it until it was all in bits. Disassemble is almost like the opposite of manufacturing. Making something, disassembling is taking it apart. Disassemble. Everyone okay with that?
Then we can say pull apart or keeping apart. Pull apart, disassemble.
Just say that again. I just didn't quite get you.
Oh, I said that disassemble, we can put it like put it apart, pull it apart, pull something apart, not coming together, right? Disassemble. Okay.
I'm not really hearing what you're saying. I'm a bit confused. Say it again, use different words.
I was saying that disassemble, then we can say it like pull something apart or stripping something apart.
Right. I now I understand what you're trying to say, but your pronunciation's your pronunciation's out, right? It's what you're saying is pull something apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way you're saying apart is not correct.
Okay.
Right, you say I
No,
don't think I don't think
I
I can
know,
say it.
I know. I know I have some problem with my pronunciation. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
so I just in the first 2 times you said it, or 3 times, I didn't get the word right, so I had to figure out what you were saying. So let's practice that word, apart.
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 Yeah, pull something apart.
Apart. Pull something apart. Okay.
Apart. Yeah,
Apart.
more in the R. R.
R.
In Ireland, we're good at our R's. We are very R.
Okay. Apart.
That's it. Yeah, pull something apart. Yeah, apart. Yeah, that's fine. And Elham, do you want to go have a go at saying that? Say pull something apart. To separate or break something into parts or pieces. She pulled the rolls apart with her hands, something sometimes used figuratively. Her gambling problem is pulling the family apart. Say apart, Elham.
No,
Yeah, say it.
just saying the word.
Yeah, just say the word. Yeah, apart. Yeah,
Yeah, pull apart.
pull apart. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yes, so to get back to your suggestion, Irby, to pull something apart is what dissemble means. Disassemble. But disassemble is slightly harder to say because it's disassemble. Got 4 syllables. Not an easy word to say, I think. So let's practice saying that. Irby, you have a go at saying disassemble?
Disassemble.
Yeah, very good. Elham?
Disassemble.
Yeah. Yeah, you both made that sound easy. Okay, right. Here's a word. What does it mean? Sublime. If I write it, the definition comes up, so I'm not. Sublime. What does that mean?
Not a clue.
Okay, Irby?
Exotic beauty, sir.
Yeah. Of really great excellence or beauty. Mozart's Sublime piano concertos.
Okay. Excellence or beauty, not exotic beauty. Okay.
Of a person's attitude or behavior extreme or unparalleled, he had the sublime confidence of youth. Now I notice that second definition is quite different, significantly different from the original meaning. So it either has the idea of beauty, or excellence, or it has the idea of extreme or unparalleled. So so look at those words there. Supreme, utter, consummate, extreme, right? Sublime. She elevated every small success to sublime, the most sublimely beautiful of all living things. You can use sublime to emphasize a quality that someone or something has. Use the quality that is undesirable or negative. The administration's sublime confidence is probably temporary. So I have never heard it used negatively before. That's new to me. I've never heard of that.
I guess you told us about it.
In the past?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. I've run out of new words now. But you know, going over ground is fine. The next word I'm sure I've taught you as well. Vendetta. Do you know what that means, Elham?
Yeah, I think there's a movie with that thing.
Yeah.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah. What does the word mean though?
Revenge?
Yeah, you got it. To have a vendetta against another person wants revenge of something the second person did to them in the past. The vice president said the cartoonist had a personal vendetta against him. His murder was a vendetta killing. Have you heard that word, Herbie?
Yeah, sir. Of course.
Okay. Right, what does this word mean?
Vendetta, sir.
No, I'm just prefacing my next one. Opine. Opine. What does opine mean?
Like opinionated something. I don't know.
Yes, it's the verb of opinion, right? To have an opinion. And opinion is a noun, and opine is the verb. But we don't use it too much. She's probably had a row with her boyfriend, Charlie opined. He opined that the Navy would have to start again from the beginning. Synonyms suggest, say, think, believe.
Yeah, like declare or posit.
Yeah. Yeah. Conjecture, surmise. But it's more associated with a personal opinion rather than a scientific thing. Right. If I posit it, it's you know, I am stating a position which I'm coming to through logic. Whereas if I opine, it's more to do with just my feelings about a matter. Slightly different. Yeah, to lay down as a basis for argument. Several writers have posited the idea of a universal consciousness. So posit is more like used philosophically. Yeah. Okay. So what about this? Fireworks. What are fireworks? Neither you know what fireworks are?
So outburst of anger and the things we use to celebrate the festivities like fireworks, like how can I explain?
Yeah. So so the second definition you give the first definition you give is the idiomatic use of it, right? So physically, it's fireworks in the sense of, gunpowder, pyrotechnics, that we use to celebrate things. Okay. But then the thing that you led with was the idiomatic use, right? So there'll be fireworks. Like this. It's a song. Who knew? Someone will be angry. There'll be fireworks if I get home late tonight. Right? So it's describing somebody's reaction as being very angry. There'll be fireworks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There'll be fireworks when I get home. I'll be so angry. By the way, I would never say that ever. It wouldn't be in my character. Right. This next word is a really good word. Long word, contemporaneous. Contemporaneous. Explain.
Two things existing on a same period of time, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So the three of us are contemporaneous, right? Because we're all living in the same period of time. Although I am much older than both of you. Yeah. But we're still contemporaries, right? We're living in the same age.
Yeah.
But you could say of characters in history, Churchill was contemporaneous with Roosevelt, say, or Stalin. Contemporaries, right? There's an interesting one. Pythagoras was contemporaneous with Buddha. I didn't know that, right?
And how would we know if we use contemporary or contemporaneous?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, Both describe two or more things originating, existing, or happening during the same period, but they differ slightly in usage. People or groups that are active during the same time are contemporary with each other. For example, the Beatles and the Beach Boys were contemporaries. The word also works as a noun because they were active at the same time. Contemporaneous describes events, movements, and trends that happen at the same time. For example, we could say that the financial crisis of 2008 was contemporaneous with the US 2008 presidential election because they both took place primarily in the latter half of 2008. Well, there you go.
Yes.
I did not know that. I have used and would use contemporaneous with people as well. You know, Shakespeare was contemporaneous with the creation of the King James Bible, early 1600s. I would still use that, but it looks like I'm wrong in doing that.
Cool.
The
Thank
definition
you.
of contemporaneous is narrow, confined in this one sense. Contemporary is broader. Sometimes it means current or modern. Yeah, that's true. It's also a noun denoting a person who exists at the same time as another. Yeah, so I could say, you know, a place is very contemporary, you know, but you would never say contemporaneous on its own. Contemporaneous is always between two things at a certain time. You never say contemporary. But the Beatles and the Monkees were contemporary. Yeah.
I see.
But this is very interesting. I didn't know that. I'm glad you asked me that question. I learned something today.
Thank you.
Right. Here's a good word. What does that mean?
No idea.
I don't think Irby will know this one. She might though. Do you know Irby?
Recondite.
Little known, abstruse. So if something is really obscure, right, we would say it's recondite. Something that nobody knows, very few people know, very small number of people. Recondite, arcane, esoteric, obscure. Obscure would be the most common of those words. Then esoteric, then arcane. Very rarely do you hear abstruse. And this word I've never heard before.
Recherché.
Recherché. If you said that, people would look at you and think, what? A few linguistic terms are perhaps a bit recherché for the average readership. You could say, and you could argue that Alan deals in recherché words, but he never heard recherché before today.
Recherché.
Recherché. That is amazing. Obviously, it's a French word. Alan's recherché English. Yeah, it's just a bit of a joke since that's really a French word. But you see how we just take French words often. In French, it literally means carefully sought out. Recherche.
I'm sorry, what was the meaning of sought?
Sought?
Yeah,
Oh,
I knew, but now I don't remember.
yeah. Sought is the past tense of seek. Past tense of seek, right? Seek, to
seek,
look for something. Sought means
Ah, yes. Yes. Thank
I
you.
went to Tehran and I sought one of those traditional hats that men wear there.
Mhm. Thank you.
Sought help from the police. He sought help from the police. Then
And
you
seek out means
to seek out means to look for something.
mhm. I always struggle with these out besides some verbs.
Seek out, yeah, yeah. See, I could dig out something from my study, or I might seek out a book. Seek out. I wouldn't say seek a book. I would say seek out a book.
Mhm.
Children play a game, seek and find. Seek and find, or hide and seek. Hide and seek. See, hide and seek. Hide and seek, where the child goes and hides, and then the other child goes and tries to find them. Hide and seek. It's a very common game played here with young children.
Yeah, it is.
So recondite, recherché, brilliant. Okay. What does this mean? Battle royal. A fiercely contested fight or dispute. These promises, they're promises to be a battle royal between the two companies. So a battle royal is a metaphor to say a big fight, a big dispute, not a physical fight, but a big dispute. There's a battle royal going on just now between Elon Musk and Twitter, because he offered to buy them for $40 billion and then he changed his mind. He took cold feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took cold feet.
He's making fun of them.
Yeah, but it might cost him a few billion, this thing. So what does this word mean? Indicative. I won't write it out anymore because it comes up.
I
Indicative.
saw that.
Did you see it?
Yeah, but but I can guess that it's from indication, which I knew.
Yeah, indicative. Sign or indication of something. Having recurrent dreams is not necessarily indicative of a psychological problem. Right.
Mhm.
So indicative would be a very common word, right? So you know, a pain in your side is indicative that you might have a problem with your appendix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indicative. It's indicating something. You know, a sad face is indicative that somebody's feeling a bit down. Indicative. Indicative. Good word. Common word.
Yeah, and are they exactly the same indicative? I mean, indicate and denote as it is written here, and another word is imply, because I have heard all of them in this sense.
It doesn't mean the same as denote.
No?
No. No. Yeah. It's used differently. I would never say a pain in my side denotes an appendix problem.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because
Yeah.
I see there is a difference, maybe a slight thing.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know what's that.
Yeah, they are close. I think this is a good thing here. It stands in the name or a symbol for. The level of output per film is denoted by X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So denote is meant, it's like an indicator of. Third person present verb. This mark denotes purity and quality. It's similar. We would also say signify. Be a sign of, be a mark of, be a sign of, denote. Let's do this. Yeah, it's not. I'm not getting much light from that. Okay. Well, according to this, it's saying they're semantically related. You can use denoting instead of an adjective indicative. In some cases, yeah, we definitely use them differently. We would use denoting more in a scientific context, I would say. If you're saying something about a person, you would use indicative more, I think.
I see.
That's quite good, that we chart. It shows you that, you know, denote is used much more rarely
Mm-hmm.
than indicative.
Yeah, as you said, I have seen denote more in books. So.
Yeah, you know, the little girl wouldn't say it to her friend.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't say and indicates either.
But she would use indicate.
Yeah, indicate.
Mm-hmm. I see. Thank you.
Okay, I think we're out of time.
Yes. Thank you for your time
Um,
and the educative session.
So the next word we'll do will be malaise. Malaise. Okay, so that was fun. I learned some stuff too. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that.
A lot. Thank you.
You know, happy to take ideas for where to sort of go. I've gone right through, I think, most of my words. I need to go through it again and see is there anything in my list that I haven't done. But there'll always be stuff to talk about, right? So happy to take questions. We could also do something a little bit different. We could look at a poem, you know, and do some poetry. See how poetry uses a lot of metaphor. So we could do something like that. So share your thoughts and ideas. And I will see you both on. All right. I will love you and leave you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. See you now. Bye-bye.
Bye.